The latest in the Jodi Arias trial. She is set to speak straight to the jury today in a final plea for her life. And ABC's Ryan Owens will be in the Phoenix courtroom as he has all through this trial. Good morning, Ryan.
George, good morning to you. This is shaping up to be a very big day at this trial. As you mentioned, Jodi Arias' final plea to the jurors who ultimately will decide if she lives or dies.
I don't remember. It just went off and he lunged at me. June 4th is an anomaly for me.
What will she say this time? Later today, Jodi Arias is expected to get one final shot to speak to the jury. The same jury that heard her go on.
I don't know if I blacked out or what.
And on for 18 days, trying to justify the brutal murder of her ex-boyfriend Travis Alexander. Will the convicted killer ask for life in prison, as her attorneys have, or tell the jury she'd prefer to die, as she told a local station just 20 minutes after she was convicted?
I said years ago that I'd rather get death than life, and that still is true today.
After that interview, ABC News has confirmed Arias' defense attorneys asked the judge to let them off the case. She refused. So now Arias' attorneys will wait, with the rest of us, to see what the 32-year-old might say next when she emerges from this cluttered jail cell she's called home for most of the last 5 years. Before she speaks, the jury is expected to hear from just one character witness supporting Jodi Arias, ex-boyfriend Daryl Brewer.
I know Jodi because we were in love.
He testified early in the trial but didn't want his face shown publicly. This time, he's likely to again tell the jury Arias is a loving person who was very kind to his young son. The defense also promised the jurors they'd hear from Arias' childhood friend Patty Womack.
She's not the monster that you all think she is.
But ABC News has learned Womack backed out at the last minute, so now Jodi Arias is left with just one ex-boyfriend, and maybe herself, to convince the jury her life is worth saving. When Jodi Arias speaks to that jury later today, it will look and sound very different from when she actually testified. That's because this time she will not actually be under oath, and she cannot be cross-examined by the fiery prosecutor Juan Martinez. As you no doubt remember, that brought some of the most interesting moments of this trial. Then, George, it's time for closing statements, and we wait for yet another verdict, this time life or death.
Okay, Ryan, thanks very much. Let's get more on this now from GMA legal analyst Dan Abramson. Boy, what a wild card today. No one knows what she's going to say.
Right, and she's in a very tough spot here. I mean, remember, these jurors have already decided they don't believe her. They didn't believe her story. So the most important thing for her not to do is for her not to relitigate the case. She cannot, she should not, she better not get up there and start again talking about what Travis did to her and how awful he was, and you have to understand she's a victim of domestic violence, etc. That's where she better not go.
But what if she says what she says in the interview? I want to die.
You know, look, if she says that, I don't know which way it'll cut. You know, because maybe she says that in an effort to convince the jurors not to do it. We'll see exactly what she says if she does get up there. But if someone was giving her good advice, and if she actually did want to save her life, I think what she ought to do is say how sorry she is. She doesn't have to specifically say, I'm sorry I committed first-degree murder. But she can seem truly apologetic, truly sorry about what she has done, because she admits it was at her hands. So there are ways for her to phrase this, to say how badly she feels about everything that happened that could help her.
Apology, the only way to get mercy.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks very much.